Hey, real quick side note. Today's podcast is going to be discussing topics of an adult nature. So if you have your young children hanging around while you're listening to this, number one, you should know better. Number two, maybe just listen to this later. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get that free 30-day trial and a free audiobook that we talk about each and every week. If you haven't taken advantage of this offer yet, then what's the matter with you? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jumbled, your favorite podcast about nothing. I'm Zach.
I'm Johnny.
And I'm Lacey.
She's back.
She's back. Hey, I think this now puts you in second place for most reoccurring guest.
Okay, who do I have to take out to be number one?
I think Jer is number one right now.
I'll cut him.
He's been on four.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
This is your third, which is my lucky number, so no pressure, but you better fucking perform.
Well, you know, it would have been easier if you didn't ruin the surprise.
Okay, I'm a weak man. I can't help it.
I can't believe you, dude. I don't even know the story, but she told us straight up front not to open the thing in the chat log, so you can't say you didn't know.
You fucking knew.
Is it appropriate for me to throw my wife under the bus on this one?
No, it's still your fault.
I mean,
it's still my fault? Okay, I accept full responsibility. Anyways, I only ruined half the surprise. There's still the surprise for Zach, and now I just get to truly enjoy the moment. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Lacey, and you walk Zach through the surprise. It's going to be real fun for all the listeners as Zach rumbles around through this package that took approximately 2 months to get to him.
It feels that way. So, do you have scissors ready to open it? Perfect.
Holy shit, you've never been more prepared for anything in your life.
This is mind-blowing.
dude, I'm really excited, actually.
You might not be after you open it.
Is it like a box is like filled with shit or something? You said edible, but like I guess that's like dependent on who you're talking to, right?
That's really subjective, you know?
Yeah. So
Edible's a very loose definition. I'm cutting this open. Am I supposed to do that?
yes.
I mean, it's super fragile, but you know, you can
And there
use it.
is like a legit card, and it's not like funny, so you don't have to read it or anything. And I would like you to describe my family photo to the listeners.
Okay. Sure. Is it inside the box?
Yes, obviously.
I just wanted to make sure because there's nothing inside of the. After I take.
I was actually really worried that when it crossed the border, that they might have opened it, and then it would have ruined everything. And depending how much it was thrown around, it might not be packaged that nice now, but it was nice and tight before.
It was very beautiful when it got to me.
No, yeah,
Perfect.
it looks great.
It was very artistic.
Yeah.
A lot of time was put into
The
this.
the scotch tape on all four sides really does it.
Well, you know, you gotta be safe. Duh.
All right, so first thing I'm gonna address your photo. Oh, that's beautiful. I love the matching outfits. So they're wearing matching, very Christmassy. And I'm pretty sure Santa Claus molested both of you guys after this one, right?
He wanted to. He loved our outfits. He was so excited.
Oh yeah. Was he?
So-
he
They're
was
from
into it?
Shinesty, by the way, if anyone wants to look them up.
Yeah, posing with all the pets, 2 cats and the dog.
And the one cat that Jesse's holding went full retard because she's looking up at him, but so Jess looks
see
like
that.
she's going cross-eyed. It's amazing.
Yeah. Otherwise, a very festive Christmas card, and like I said, like I promised, it will go up on my refrigerator
Pixar
Until
didn't
next
happen.
year.
Yeah, it's gonna stick around. Honestly, a lot of our Christmas cards and stuff like that end up just sticking around because we don't clean off our refrigerator.
I'm the
Our
same.
refrigerator is very messy.
I have like a thank you wedding photo from a wedding I went to in 2016 still on my fridge.
Dude, keep it
Fuck,
up.
that
See how
makes
long
me
you can
feel
go.
really bad for not doing thank you cards.
I didn't do them either. I didn't have time. And then I was like, now it's too late.
You know what's the worst part is we actually ordered them
No.
and we sent out a couple to like family who were, it was like really important, and then we just got busy, and so we still have a bunch of thank you cards.
Oh my god. You should send it out for Christmas one year.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Like 3 years from
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Super random time.
That's gonna be.
I love it.
All right.
Okay, so I've looked at the photo as well as thank you very much for the card. I have not read it in its entirety yet, but I can tell it's heartfelt, and I will read it after we're done.
It's like 2 sentences.
Because I don't want to read and just create like silence on the air, you know.
Yeah, because Zach can't read out loud.
I don't know how to read. I'm gonna have to have my wife read it for me. Is the truth. Okay, so we have like some chocolates or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep going. Dig a little deeper.
Dig a little deeper.
Okay, taking the chocolates out, and there's a chocolate index. Is that what I'm supposed to look at?
Yeah.
Okay. You're so excited. I can tell in your
so
voice.
Excited. I've gotten mixed reviews.
No shit, dude. Oh my god.
Say it to the listeners.
Read it out loud.
So you know what? They're decadent chocolate sweets, which I will eat like groceries. The first one is called chocolate starfish. By the way, all of these are either shaped like assholes or just like an actual turd. Dude, this is brilliant.
So the real question I have is that a mold of yours or Jesse's or an animal's butt, or like?
They are all my asshole.
No.
Yes.
No.
I made 6 different castings of my asshole.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
I also made 3 of my vagina, but only certain people got that. Tried to make a fleshlight much more difficult than I thought it would be.
I have so many questions.
So
Right now.
my first question, Lacey. Mm-hmm. This is a very intimate thing that you've just sent. My first thing is, my first thought was, I really want to put pictures up on Instagram.
I took beautiful photos, so I'll send them to you right now, actually. Because I did like on a marble table and gold wrapping, like they look good. So,
yeah, those are
going on
legit
Instagram
your
for
buttholes.
sure.
They're legit my buttholes, and I'm not gonna lie.
Your buttholes? You have multiple?
Multiple
What are we
buttholes.
talking about right now?
I have always thought, I don't know how I say this. I thought I had a nice asshole. I'm like, well, I don't have hemorrhoids, I don't have anything. Until you actually look in the eye of the beast, assholes are fucking disgusting.
Dude.
You know, as I was eating them,
As you ate my
I
ass.
did have this moment where I was like looking at it and was like, I would not put it past Lacey for this to be her actual butthole. But then I was like, if she sent these to me and Zach, like, did she get all these made? Like, or is this like, you know, you go online, you're like, oh, here's like butts in a box.
It
I
kind
am
of
so
started from
impressed
that.
and feel very honored.
The fuck did I put my phone?
I really, the next question is, who do you send a vagina to?
Oh, all the piercers at work got my vagina.
Okay.
My like 2 of my best friends got my vagina. So like, well, I have to have it, and I'm like, duh. Obviously, Jesse. But I think that was about it, though. Yeah.
Was Jesse just like, cool?
Well,
I've seen this before.
it's one of those things where he's like, fuck, that's my wife.
So, how does it? Okay, tell me, how do you take a mold of your butthole?
Okay, so
Yeah, that's what I want to
Let
know.
me
And
tell
what
you-
website did you use? Because this is now my new thing, and I'm stealing it, and I will give you credit for it.
first of all,
but
make sure you sugar or wax first. You can't have any hair. Like it doesn't come off.
Ooh.
Trust me. So.
ooh, well, I mean, okay.
It also depends what you use to do the mold itself. This started because one of my clients sent it to me online, was like, LOL, this is totally something you would do. And then I looked at it and it was like a give your asshole to your Valentine. And I was like, holy fuck, let me read this. So, I found
you need
out.
to send me, because this is what my family's getting for Christmas for the rest of my life.
Well, Mama Shauna's going to know about it now, though. It won't be a surprise.
I mean, that's true. I don't know if I would go as far as giving it to her, but
I wanted to give
everyone
it to
else,
Jesse's mom, but Jesse was like, please do not.
Please don't. Please don't.
So, the actual one that you can find online, it's a guy in the UK that does it. I'm not going to fly all the way to the UK to mold my asshole. So,
yeah, no shit.
I did some researching.
Okay.
Most of the stuff I bought local, actually. I got a super, it was for like sensitive skin, or skin safe molding, I guess, from Michaels. That's actually meant for baby hands, but I put it on my genitalia instead. So, but if it's good enough for a baby hand, it's good enough for my taint, so I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So this, at first, the girl who does my sugaring, because I told her about it, she offered to do it for me. She's like, yeah, we'll just book an extra 15 minutes, we'll throw those legs up, and we'll just get this puppy going.
Wait, what's a sugaring?
It's the same thing as waxing, but it's a different way of, instead of wax, it's hot sugar in a ball, I guess. It's supposed to be like less trauma to the skin. I think it's kind of the same. I just like my girls.
I don't know. How does that? That must suck to do, man.
Oh, your asshole's the best part.
What do you mean by best part?
Because everything else hurts, but your butt doesn't hurt at all. You're like, oh.
There's no way that's true.
Oh, you need to go. You'll see. Do your balls, then do your ass.
Down.
Tell me how you feel.
Johnny.
I just pulled the butt hair right now and it hurt. I don't like.
Johnny, you need to hire a film crew.
Okay.
And you need to book an appointment, and you need to have them follow you from that morning up to the appointment. Obviously, no like tight end shots of your asshole, but definitely get the reaction because I want to.
Very like 40-year-old virgin.
Almost, but a little bit more intimate. Put a little bit,
a little softer music and
yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Oh, dude,
so
funny.
Okay, keep going. Sorry, I'm just have so many thoughts running through my mind right now.
So, I told her that I wouldn't bother going with her because I'm like, I feel like this is gonna be a trial and error sort of thing, and I'm gonna have to like figure it all out. So no worries. So I just did it at home. So at first, how it works is it's a pure liquid, and it starts off pink. And then you put it on whatever surface or whatever, and then it takes 3 minutes to solidify to gel. 3 minutes.
You just got your
sitting there with your ass in the air, just up
just listening to you're listening to your knees for a couple minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. At first, I was like, well, maybe if I like pop a squat, then it's more comfortable. I can probably swing that. No, that didn't work. So I finally figured out the position. And the way to make it so it had a for sure seal around it, because I got shit dripping down my back, dripping down my face, like it was ridiculous. So I bought Solo cups, the shot glass ones, and I would fill it with the liquid, create a suction around my butthole.
No shit.
I would flip over the side of my couch so the arm was holding my legs up, and my knees are at my head. And I held it for 3 minutes, and then I'd have to slowly peel. But then when you do that, now you have a negative mold, so I had to make a positive with plaster. Sure. And then I had to get food-safe silicone that is bakeable. So that I had to get off Amazon.
This is a fucking...
It took like almost a fucking week to make these. It was insane.
I'm honored that you sent me your butthole.
Good, that makes me
I almost
happy.
don't want to eat them now.
Just lick them, it's fine.
Oh my god.
So I was a little apprehensive to send them to you after I listened to the podcast of Johnny eating someone's shit and being horribly sick. I'm like, he might not want to eat this.
Oh my god.
Oh man. You know how like people who say like, oh, 5-second rule, or I can't believe you eat that, and I always like joke saying like, I'm pretty sure I put worse things in my mouth. After that bout of sickness, I 100% can absolutely say I'm positive I put worse things in my mouth.
Yeah, now you know.
Yeah, now I know. Man, okay. So brilliant. I can't get over that it's actually your butthole because like I said, that thought did cross my mind where I looked at it and was like, if like would not be out of the mindset of Lacey for this to be her actual butthole. I need you to follow up on the making your own fleshlight thing, and is it the same company? Like, and why?
Okay, so Jesse at first was very supportive of the butthole chocolates. And then when he saw me with my legs up in the air and he's like, "Oh my god, you're actually fucking doing it." And I was like,
he should know that you're going to do it.
I have a really good follow through. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Absolutely.
And he was like, "Wow, okay." So I thought since I had all the equipment anyway, like why not make a little more of a personal gift for my hubby? But I don't know what I'd have to buy to get the proper texture, I guess, that I would need for a fleshlight. Because the food safe silicone is actually like, it's really tough. Like it doesn't bend. So like, I feel like it'd be like a Chinese finger trap situation. So I don't know. I gotta figure it out. Need some engineering involved, and hopefully I can make it for next year.
There's definitely a company that
there has to be
that you can do a flesh, but I bet you it's fucking expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're
buy
porn stars and all that do their own.
But you can buy at
home. But what a conversation starter,
right?
You just see that chilling in your room at work, just on a shelf somewhere, and people like looking at it, kind of figuring out like, is that
what I think it is?
Wait, what? Why? What? And then this is how it'd be like, Lacey, is that a fleshlight? You'd be like, yeah. Do you like it? And then this is the word like the response gets really really creepy because it'd be like, not really. It's not really my taste in vagina. And then it's like a personal attack. Or it's like, yeah, that's a nice looking vagina, and then you say, thank you, it's mine, and then it gets real awkward from there.
Well, at work when I gave it to the piercers, and it went over fairly well. One girl was like, "Oh my god, it's so cute," and I'm like, "Thank you." And one of the other girls was like, "Oh, it's like a porn star pussy for sure." And I'm like, "Oh my god, say it again." No way. Really? And then one girl's like, "You should definitely get a hood piercing. You have perfect anatomy." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Thanks."
Yeah, no thank you.
One thing that I actually gave some of these chocolates to return clients of mine who know me fairly well. Mm-hmm. And I think my favorite reaction, I have two favorite reactions from people I gave it to. One was one of my clients, and I gave it to him, and he's like, "Oh, chocolates, that's so nice, thanks." And then he like slides it open, and he makes a face, and he's like, "Is this?" And I'm like, "That's my butthole." And he just went, "Oh, that's neat." And then he just ate them. No questions, nothing. He's like,
"Wow,
this is good."
I don't know if I feel better or worse that I ate them knowing that it's your butthole. I'm not going to lie.
Right?
Yeah. Johnny, do you think you would have
I think I would have kept one.
You would have held on to one of them just as a keepsake.
I would have added it to like the sweet
best
background
ever.
somewhere, like maybe,
should have kept the
right
gold
up
one
in this section. Yeah, missed out.
Yeah, like I'm thinking, I'm like, well, shit, do I just like permanently encase this in like some sort of something? I don't know, like a
shadow box of a butthole.
Yeah,
you know what you should have done?
I gotta treat it like I know you guys. I don't know if the Canadian flag's the same way, but the American flag, there's always got to be a light on it. Like at night.
Oh, really?
Or whatever.
Is that a thing? I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like an unspoken thing or whatever.
True,
but Americans are really weird about the flag and the rules.
Honestly, I'm whatever about the flag. I'm cool. Whatever, do your thing. But I'm gonna approach one of these chocolates the same way. I'm gonna position it nicely, like Johnny said, in like a shadow box, and then I'm always gonna have
like a little LED light on it.
I have another confession to make.
Oh God.
I'm not
gonna be
I,
good.
I ate the last 2 this morning.
You couldn't even wait a few hours.
You're awful, man.
Okay, wait. Which flavor was your favorite?
Oh, the peanut butter one. I mean, I'm a Reese's peanut butter cup guy.
But wait, the Reese piece of dad ass or the truffle butter?
The dad ass one.
Okay.
You know what just dawned on me? I got so caught up in that it was your asshole that I didn't actually read the names.
Oh yeah, read all the names. That's the best part.
I'm gonna read them out here. Chocolate starfish, smartass.
It has Smarties in it for all you American people. It's basically M&M's.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Less good M&Ms in my opinion.
Reese's piece of that ass. Hashtag bleached. Truffle butter. Fudge packer. Cream pie. And then a golden nugget.
Golden Nugget one was pretty good too. I remember that.
That one, I put oh my gods in it. Like it's almonds, graham crackers, and is it pretzels? They put something else crunchy in it, but I stole some shit and made it my own, so I hope I don't get sued.
Dude, I'm so... I don't know exactly how to describe what I'm feeling.
My
but
claim to
I'm
fame
honored.
now is always going to be like, hey, you see that girl? I've eaten her ass.
That's kind of been the thing at the gym now. Because I gave it to my trainer. And in general, he's an ass guy. Like, we train glutes all the goddamn time. He talks about girls' asses constantly. And I'm like, he is the perfect recipient for this. He was speechless and immediately was like, I have to tell the other trainer. And so he went to the co-owner of the gym. And I was like, oh, well, I got to get changed and whatever. And at this point, it is normalized for me. I've been giving away chocolate assholes for a few days already. So it's not it's not a thing anymore. And I go into the back room, and the other guy is like, I always thought I was a pretty sick, twisted individual, and something like this has never even crossed my mind. I don't know if I should be upset or happy. He's like, I'm a little aroused and I'm a little disgusted. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, I would say that's a very accurate way to describe how I'm feeling.
Is it weird that I'm not disgusted at all?
I mean, maybe. I don't know what you're into.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, I'm really just honored. I feel like it's a very private thing.
Eat my asshole.
Yes. Well, I haven't yet, but I will. I promise.
They're delicious.
You put some effort into it, so I am also appreciative. I don't know how I top that.
Oh, and for the
I don't
listeners,
know that it can be topped.
they are in white and gold macaron boxes. Like,
it's
beautiful.
very beautiful. Like, presentation is like A+. Like,
immaculate. Yeah. Johnny, I think the only way that this can be topped is if you go get your ass sugared and then you do it yourself.
I'm gonna try and do it where it's like a little prolapsed, so it's just like real.
Yeah, you're just gonna eat like a block of cheese a day or something like that, and then just like get a hemorrhoid, right? And then just
I'm gonna one up it, and I'm gonna eat like a pound of cheddar cheese, so I'm just massively constipated, and then
a whole wheel
push that turd out just so it's like just breaching.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And then do that mold. So
fucking God.
You know what's more impressive? That you're gonna be able to hold that little turd.
Well, that's
that
where
position.
the cheese comes in
At the end. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
No,
Mom.
but like,
my mom's gonna be so disappointed in me.
Is she?
No.
I think she just knows at this point.
That's true.
We've talked about some stuff on this podcast. I don't think she's gonna be shocked at all.
We've been through some shit. That is very true.
Oh, I have these molds now forever though, so I can just keep making them. So it's good to go.
It's the gift that
guess...
keeps giving.
Mm-hmm.
So did you found like a place in North America that will make the chocolates for you?
Oh no, I made the chocolates. So I bought.
You made them yourself.
Yeah, I bought everything.
Johnny, were you not here the entire time?
I'm still processing that it's Lacey's butthole.
She discussed in detail how she created the molds and then
I know she created
made a
the
plaster
molds.
cast.
I just
and then
assumed
made
that
something that was bakeable.
I'm just assumed that she had to send that in somewhere to put the chocolates together. Okay.
Yeah, my oven. That's where I sent it.
No, this was like altogether. How many hours do you think it took to create? Is that one singular mold, or is that several molds of your asshole?
Like you had to get the perfect mold? Is that what was going on?
I made a couple perfect molds, but I also wanted the chocolates to all be different shapes and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So when I made the negative mold of like, there's some that are circles, there's some that are squares.
So what's next for the molds of Lacey's butthole?
Where do we go next?
Well, now that they're bakeable, like I can make cookie assholes. I can do whatever I want.
Oh yeah.
So the possibilities are endless.
You just inspired me to get into baking.
Coming soon, Johnny's gonna send like just a chocolate dick to somebody.
Well,
he's gonna make a chocolate dick.
I feel like that would be really hard, and like Lacey said, I think there's a lot of risk to
No, you could totally do it.
Encasing an erect dick with.
It's a little cold, but you could do it. It's just 3 minutes. If you can't keep it hard for 3 minutes, I mean, you got bigger problems.
How cold is cold? Yeah. I mean,
it's like room temp.
They make little they make kits where you can cast your dick.
Yeah, exactly.
So that you can make a toy for your significant other.
One of my coworkers, his friends, casted his dick and made soaps for everyone for Christmas.
Oh dude, washing with a dick soap. Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Oh, okay, I gotta find these kids.
Johnny's gonna melt down some chapsticks, and he's just gonna make chapstick dicks. Where you gotta rub it all over your lips.
To go back quickly to the how many hours, like, if I had to guess, because it was honestly like 3 or 4 days straight, I probably put in a solid. Making the molds itself took about. Probably about 2 hours, but then you have to let them sit for 24 hours. And then making the chocolates, because I only had so many molds, it was like every 45 minutes I had to make another batch. So it was...
How many batches did you make?
15, I think. 15 or 16.
Jesus. So you put some serious work in it.
Yeah. It was a lot.
This is why you're a way better friend than I am.
100%.
I don't know. People would disagree.
I'm fucking horrible.
I don't know if making someone eat my ass really shows how much I love them, or maybe it's a power thing.
It can be both.
It can be both, yeah. There's no shame.
I don't think there's anything wrong with either of those, or when they're put together.
Right. Oh my god.
But I did shower before this
definitely just sets like a level that I have to like, even like, not even when gifting to, like, if I ever sent gifts to you guys, like, this is like, I'm going to set this as like the par for like gift giving.
From now
on. If I don't hit this mark,
I got a great idea. What we need to do for Jumbled Patreon is some Lacey butthole chocolates.
We're gonna sell Lacey butthole chocolates and give her a cut.
One of my clients was like, "You should start a website. You'd make good money."
Oh, you probably would.
Yeah, the same people that are buying we talked about it before. The same people that are buying the used underwear.
Yes, exactly.
Be buying those in bulk.
This is a whole new level. Plus, it tastes good. You're welcome.
You're welcome. If I don't see a Lacey's ButtholeChocolate.com in the next 6 months, Lacey, I'm gonna be real disappointed in you.
Lacey's ButtholeChocolate.com. I guarantee that domain's available. I guarantee it is.
I'm gonna start like just coming up with every domain name I can in that area, like in that like vicinity, and buy them all so that when you finally decide to do it, you have to buy it from me, Lacey.
It'll be $1 million.
Cut me in. I want in on this business.
Oh shit.
Oh god. Yeah, my.
Do you know that's?
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you.
Oh, I was just gonna say that is still like a way to make money.
Oh, for
buying
sure.
Domain names and then just waiting for someone to try and find it and then.
Give me money.
What's crazy to me is there are people that like scooped up really early domain names, like 2-letter domain names, and there's one where the guy just like he bought the domain name and he doesn't want to sell it at all. Like, he's just like, I'm just gonna hold on to it, you know.
Just to be a
And
dick.
right, but it's a 2-letter domain name that he could fetch a lot of money
for what? What
for
would
something
be a
like that.
2-letter domain name that you would absolutely have to have?
I mean, just like
It?
sure,
I guess that would work for the movies.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, even that's
No desire to see those movies.
like Amazon. The original website was Ruthless, or no, Relentless or Ruthless. Fuck, it's one of them. So he still owns it. So if you type it in, it redirects you to Amazon, because it was like a
Really?
yeah, it was a thing
Oh,
he
cool.
said, because he's like, I will do whatever it takes to be number one. So they wanted that as the name, and they're like, yeah, that's not good for marketing.
All right, everybody, let's stop to take a second to talk about our sponsor for this week and every week of the podcast. That would be our buddies over at Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled to get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. They've got so many audiobooks, and the audiobook that we are going to recommend to kick off this decade, this new decade that we find ourselves in, is Mobituaries, Great Life's Worth Reliving by Mo Rocca. This is narrated by Mo Rocca as well, and the length is 11 hours and 45 minutes. Basically, this audiobook is about Mo Rocca giving obituaries to famous people in history whose lives have just sort of been overlooked. Remarkable lives such as Thomas Paine, who wrote Common Sense, Audrey Hepburn, and tons of other people. Billy Carter. Do you guys know what these people were up to? Do you know anything of substance? Well, you will after you listen to this audiobook. And if you don't want to listen to this audiobook, that's all fine and dandy. Audible has over 180,000 other titles for you to choose from. So don't take our suggestion. Take our suggestion. We really just want you to feel satisfied with whatever audiobook you get. And believe me, you will find something that you like. So again, that is audibletrial.com/jumbled. One more time, audibletrial.com/jumbled. We appreciate you, Audible, and we appreciate you, my listener. And let's get back to the podcast. Can you imagine if you saw a relentless truck driving around your neighborhood?
I think that's brilliant, because let me tell you, the issues that I've had with Amazon shipping the last little bit, I want them to be a little bit more relentless. Yeah.
You know
Although
what they
I'm
could
playing
do?
a dangerous game. I need your guys' advice.
Okay.
So I bought an Apple Watch, and I love my Apple Watch.
Right.
But there's some lacking things in the outdoor world that it's not quite there for me.
Sure.
And I waited patiently, and then one night I couldn't sleep, so I was doing what I always do when I can't sleep, and I online shop. And I was just cruising through Amazon, and then I saw a Garmin that I was interested in was on 30% off. I was like, okay, I mean, this is a pretty decent sale. Not a huge financial commitment. Does what I want it to do. So I bought it, paid for, like, I have Prime, so I got Prime shipping, and it was like a week and a half late. And I was so fucking annoyed, because you check your order status, and it was like, oh, supposed to be delivered on, January 7th, and it's like the 10th. They're like, oh, wait a couple more days, and if it's still not there, then we'll send you a new one. So I had to wait this whole time, and it was already late. And finally, I could submit the claim, and they emailed me, said, okay, we're going to send you a new one. The original one is probably lost in the mail. If you get it, here's a return shipping label.
Yeah, fuck right off.
And I was like, okay, cool. And then, again, because I had Prime, wasn't really paying attention, the watch showed up yesterday. So pretty late. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, oh, wow, that was really quick. But maybe they had one in, like, the Calgary warehouse, because there's an Amazon warehouse in the Calgary one, which is not uncommon for me to get, like, same day or next day shipping on things.
Right.
And then I looked, and the new order that they refreshed still says one is coming to me.
Okay.
So do I return the new one, or do I risk it and keep both?
I mean, it depends if you want to end up paying for two watches.
Well, I have to pay for two is the question. So
Yeah.
Depends
if
how
I open,
shiesty
eventually.
you are. If you're like, oh no, I never got it, blah blah blah, and they believe you.
okay, well,
I mean, this isn't helping.
You can guarantee it. Yeah, you can guarantee at least one way that Amazon has some sort of tracking on when their package is delivered. Maybe
it
not
was
on your
lost.
end.
Like she did when
Right.
I asked her, I was like, "Hey, do you know where this thing is?" She was
Right.
like, "No."
But when Post delivers a package, they have to scan it in, right? Saying it's been delivered.
All right.
So I would say, unless you're willing to pay for a second watch, you probably should just return the watch.
I don't think I'm willing to pay for a second watch, but I am willing to take the gamble
Even just waiting it
and
out.
waiting it out and like not opening it, not using it, not selling it, but like, what's the statute of limitations on returns? You know, like if they don't respond to me in 30 days, do I get to keep it as it would be if I had an issue with the product? I only get 30 days.
I don't know. I feel like your sort of edge in morality here, but
I love
I
edging.
can't really. I can't really give you a good answer one way or another.
I mean,
What would you do? What would you guys do?
I'd return it.
well, because that's an
Mostly 'cause I
expensive
don't- I
item
wouldn't wanna
too.
pay.
That's like if it's something cheap, it's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, if it was like
Right.
10, 12 bucks, but
Yeah.
this is, almost $300.
Ugh.
Right. Yeah, that's.
I don't
mean,
really
that's...
need to, but here's why my mind is thinking about this. Because when I bought it, so the watch was regularly $400, and I bought it for $270, and then I just checked because when they reissued the order, the price was $300. So like I could make $30 on this watch, or more.
You cheap motherfucker.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do, okay?
$30 is
Or I could do,
$30.
because I love collecting things that I don't need. I don't like. I go through phases where I'm just like, I need all of these. Whatever this one thing is, I want them all. And I'm already really perplexed. Like, this is a whole nother probably podcast because I don't want to waste this airtime with Lacey talking about
Stealing
like how
from
neurotic
Amazon.
I am with watches right now and comparing between the Apple Watch and the Garmin Instinct.
Oh, yeah, I
I'm
don't
really
have time for
fucking torn.
that. My vote.
Would it be too much to wear two watches?
Don't be that guy. That is not okay.
Yeah, let me. What time is it? Oh, yeah. Don't do that.
That's
man.
terrible. It's like everyone's like dad that they're embarrassed by. Like, oh my god, dad, you said you wouldn't wear both. Fuck. You can't pick me up in
kinda
front of my
fucking lame,
friends.
So it's really hard though. I'm really torn. There's pros and cons in both. Which, I'll be honest. I did feel a little silly buying a second smartwatch, but I've wanted this watch for a long time, and I do have a purpose for it. And the first thing Allie asked was like, "Are you going to get rid of your Apple Watch?" I was like, "I don't know, maybe not." She's like, "Why do you need two?"
Right.
And I was like, well, I like this one for these activities and like the Apple Watch for like day-to-day use. But then I'm also perplexed because then I won't have like accurate tracking of like my heart rate and my calories and all that because
You're so much healthier than me.
They don't track like unless I get a third-party app that can connect to both of those, and then it doesn't matter which one I'm wearing. Also, when I was insomnia, this also led me down a weird rabbit hole of looking into heart rate monitors. What an amazing world heart rate monitors are.
Amazing.
It's very cool.
I like how we went from chocolate assholes to heart rate
Yeah,
monitors.
this is where my head is.
Well,
right
we're
now,
doing
okay?
full
I'm not
body,
medicated today, so
That's true,
exactly.
yeah.
You could
This is the
see-
body podcast with Lacey.
I should give that as part of the asshole gift. I should give heart monitors. They put it on first, and then we see how much it spikes when they open the chocolates to see if they get a boner or not.
Ooh, I could
Oh, dude. Great idea.
What a waste of money and time.
No, it's in the name of science,
Is it, though?
Lacey. You don't know what kind of discoveries you could come up with.
Is it a waste? Yeah, I don't see it as a waste, honestly. There's some important scientific data that we can grab from that.
Obviously.
Yeah, come on. I'm going to check my heart rate spike when we started talking about your butthole.
Oh, this is so so great. I'm so happy I did this. My mom's really disappointed, but it was totally worth it.
About the
Did you
time
send-
that we started talking about your butthole, Lacey, my heart rate shot up to 105.
105 BPM. What's your resting?
My resting right now is 55.
So it almost
Johnny got
doubled.
real excited. Oh my god.
Lacey, my heart rate this morning when I did my heavy bag warm up was 116. For comparison.
So what you're saying is you don't even have to work out anymore.
I just got to stare at your butthole.
Oh my god, I can make a whole new fitness regime out of this. I want to make so much money.
I mean, I don't know if it has quite the same like total benefit effect, but you're onto something.
But
And
what
this is why we need to do more scientific research.
What if I make like a copy of myself squatting and then people have to do crunches to reach the butthole? Boom.
Oh.
Ooh.
See, now you're getting into like weird sex doll territory, which
Also, tons of
again,
money.
an interesting market.
Sure.
I'm just saying.
Oh, it's so
I mean, what's the retail value on that, though? You know, like, if, you know.
I mean, those
It might
sex
be
dolls
It
are
really
like 10
depends how
grand.
advanced you're getting.
Yeah,
Like, there's some sex dolls that are like 10 grand,
it's nutty.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not willing to do that.
but they're like, they have like a computer and they like kind of talk to you. It's like a Siri thing. Like you're fucking Siri, basically.
Well, it depends though, because you can get just a doll, and I think the dolls themselves are like $5,000. But if you want the head that moves and talks and blinks, that
Whoa,
itself is like another 8 to 10
That's
grand
extra.
or something. Yeah.
And like, Zach, don't even lie. I know you've beaten off to Cortana before.
Hey, listen. College was a weird
You gotta
time.
do- you
It's
gotta
a time to experiment. It's completely normal.
Yeah.
She's
Everybody
bouncing
masturbates.
around her little blue naked suit thing. Like, hey,
Yeah.
no one's judging you, Zach. This is a judgment-free zone.
You know what? I didn't say it. You said it, and I'm not disagreeing with you. So.
We should do a poll. In the name of science, have you beaten off to Halo characters?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the year end for Pornhub?
No. What's that?
Oh my god. Okay.
I don't like Pornhub. I'm not. I've said this before. I'm not. I like the concept of it. I like that you can upload your own videos and make money off of it. The interface is garbage.
Okay, fair.
So I stick to the good old X and XX.
X and XX, baby.
And the thing I don't like about X and XX, and I'll air my grievances, all right? And this tells you that I use it frequently enough to have grievances. I don't like that they assume what I like now. When you go to the homepage, they have like just all your recent shit.
Oh
like,
yeah,
things
Like
that
some
you
recommendations for you.
Yeah, don't give me recommendations. Just show me whatever new shit's up there, and then I'll tell you what I like.
Well, and what if you change your mind? What if today you're feeling like you want a milky kitty or
Yeah,
something?
but they give you like wait what?
I recently learned this term.
Please tell me.
It is when a bunch of dudes jerk off into a cup and she drinks it / pours it on her face. It's called a milky kitty. It sounds cute, but it's awful.
Oh, so it's just like a bukkake, but
Essentially.
into a cup first.
Yeah.
Cup cocky.
God.
Learn something new every day. I've learned multiple new things from you today, Lacey. This has been maybe one of the most education-based podcast jumbled episodes that we've had.
And we've
in a
had
long
some
time.
pretty smart people on this podcast.
I topped the guy who talked about the darknet for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Greg would definitely be on the list of people that would receive either my butthole chocolate or my dick chocolate.
Or both. Oh my god, do your balls too.
I mean, those are notorious.
That's a lot of chocolate, dude. Are you prepared to... I mean, that's almost an investment in buying chocolate just to melt, you know?
Yeah, that can get expensive.
I'm so intrigued by this process. I'm gonna I need to do some research here.
All right, we'll catch up with you next week and see where you're at in the casting process of your cock and balls.
Lacey, I need you to text me links to all the things you bought on Amazon.
Yes, I will, for sure.
Next week's episode is going to be me in the hospital because I'll be my junk is going to be stuck in plaster.
Fuck, man. You don't plaster cast it.
Well, but this is what I'm saying. I'll probably fuck it up.
Oh, God. So, for this podcast, 'cause I knew we'd mostly be talking about my asshole.
Sure.
I didn't prepare many things. But
that's okay.
I figured every time I heard something over the last little while that I'm like, this would be good on Jumbled, I've written it down on my phone.
Ooh.
I appreciate that so much.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like it.
Just brain dump on us, Lacey. It doesn't have to be the stories. We can literally talk about anything you want. As this episode
clearly states.
You've earned that. I mean, you've earned that. You sent me your asshole in the mail, and
I should ask.
So you can talk about whatever.
Because I've asked a few people, especially when I was giving my asshole to men. I was like, "Is your girlfriend, wife, like a little controlling, jealous? Because if so, I shouldn't give this to you." And every time they're like, "I want to know what it is. Give it."
No, Allie just laughed. She was like, "This is 100%." The thing that like. The gift was so Lacey because it was beautifully packaged, very thoughtful, very like full of style. And then you look a little bit deeper and you're like, that's an asshole.
Yeah, an epiphany, just like a light bulb moment where, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, look at these sweet chocolates.
But even like the
and then I started reading, I'm like, well, I read like chocolate starfish, and my first thought was like, and then I was like, wait a minute, there's a theme here.
Oh, it's so great. So yeah, hopefully Steph likes me.
Yeah, no, I texted her like right after I found out, and she just laughed and said nice.
Yeah, Steph would not be offended by that at all.
No, she's not the type to
it's so good.
to get offended or anything. So
one story I have, and it's very short. I just think it's so funny. I have a client who he's very loud. He's very in your face. We get along great because of this. And he is a very proud gay man and always talks about like, oh, so I met this guy at the club and then we go to his house, and it's great story time every time. Mm-hmm. He got his dick pierced. He got a Prince Albert.
Sure. Okay.
And this was a few months ago. And they heal fairly quickly. It's not too bad. You just have to be a little careful at the beginning, you know. And he calls a couple months in, and he goes, "Hey, I need to see the piercer. I think I have an infection, and like I definitely don't want an infection on my dick, so I'm going to come in and check it out." And they're like, "Okay, but the only opening we have is in 2 days from now." And he's like, "Okay, that's fine. Book me in." So they book him in. It's my dick.
I'll be there.
Right? He calls the day of the appointment, and he goes, "So I need to cancel my appointment." They're like, "Oh, well, you said you had an infection. Like, is everything all good? Like, is it clearing up on its own?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, it turns out it's chlamydia. So I'm fine. It'll clear up after my meds kick in."
Can you get chlamydia from a butthole?
I don't know, I guess.
I mean, you must.
When I saw him after...
You must be able to, yeah.
Learn something new.
He was just laughing. He's like,
every day.
All the stereotypes are true. He's like, the STDs in the gay community are just insane. And then he's like, I got this one, this one, this one.
Oh my God.
He was so proud.
He's keeping tallies.
But just how confident on the phone. He's like, yeah, turns out it's chlamydia. Like,
no biggie.
Oh.
Pretty common.
Okay.
Drip. Yeah, got a shot of penicillin in my dick. We're good.
Yeah,
there are worse things, you know? Like, if you're gonna get an STD, chlamydia is probably the best one.
I mean, I guess so.
Sure.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Maybe?
It doesn't... Yeah, it's treatable. That's the main thing. It goes away. It's not something that's reoccurring.
Aren't there like
Lacey,
new
I want you to
though?
know that talking about a dick piercing didn't even spark my heart rate.
Johnny actually died for a moment.
It just went lower.
Whenever you started talking. Yeah.
That is like, I'm all for piercings. Genitalia piercings, I can't do it.
No, I'll keep my shit, clear of any stainless steel. I don't need anything in there.
Well, the thing too is like they're pointless. Like there's a lot of rumors about like, for example, a lot of people say that women who have their VCHs done, like, oh, they orgasm so much more. That's bullshit. Because you might notice it for the first couple days, but then your body gets used to it. And for the guys, it does absolutely nothing for them except the idea that it might do more for her. And then they're like, yeah, my dick's amazing. Yeah. So, like, to each their own. But I've seen some shit, though, that I can't unsee. So I love my job.
I appreciate when you share those things.
Yeah. I've been lacking. I haven't sent you any fucked up dick pictures lately.
There hasn't, you have definitely been lacking. But lots of opportunity because I'm going to see you in April and I'm really excited.
That's true. I may have told Ray that you have lapels and there's an opportunity to record Jumbled while he's tattooing you, and he got really excited.
Would he be down?
He'd be so down.
So, I've asked Ray to draw something up for me. It's still a long ways away, so I'm not worried about it. And I know you and I have talked about, like, some little things. But I'm totally down to get tag teamed again, and we could get lapel mics for it.
That would actually be awesome. My only concern would be the background, how much you'd hear it, because it's pretty loud.
Yeah, we would have to, like... we could try it, and if it's really noisy in the background... But the lapel mics are typically pretty good at isolating.
Yeah, well, and the thing you can do, like a thing I've learned in editing this podcast for the past 3 years, is if you have like a moment of silence or a moment of that background noise, you can isolate that noise specifically, and then you can do a noise removal for the entire track based on that profile that you create off that single sound.
I think the biggest annoyance would be the machine.
No, because we both have rotaries, so they're pretty quiet.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If, for me, in my opinion, it wouldn't really be the background noise of people, because that would be like just chatter in the back. You wouldn't really notice it. But when they have live entertainment, that can get loud. Because sometimes they have bands on, I don't know, aerial silks with flames and shit. Like...
That is true.
It can get a little
very
wild.
Interesting experience. I was talking to someone about getting tattooed in a convention, and I was like, it kind of makes you wonder, like, you go into a tattoo shop, a good one, and they're super fucking clean. Like I don't know, can we mention where you work?
Yeah.
I don't remember if we have.
Yeah, we have.
So like, Meta is super clean. Like I'd be like, yeah, I could eat off this floor.
Yeah.
It's great. And that's what people say, like, this is what you want in a tattoo shop.
Yes.
And then you go to a convention, and I'm like, I'm on this dusty concrete floor, and there's, like, a billion fucking people everywhere. Yeah. And, like, this is okay. So I was like, I don't know, man. It's kind of a weird...
It's a weird thing, and especially because every province and state has their own bylaws for what you're supposed to do. But they can only do so much when you're tattooing 3 feet away from someone else.
Yeah.
So they do what they can, but there is a chance that there's cross-contamination and stuff like that. But as long as the person tattooing you isn't a complete dummy, it's still safe because most of the equipment is disposable. And then plus they have everything to kill all the bacteria and whatnot. So as long as you're not like crossing swords,
rolling
basically,
around,
you're good to go.
I'm not worried about it. I just had this funny moment where someone brought it up because I think I had mentioned that I was, holding that weekend in April to go to the Edmonton convention, and people was like, "Oh, you get tattooed in a convention? Isn't that like unsanitary?" And I was like, "I don't think so."
Like it's because we use all the
people
same
get
stuff.
tattooed in prison.
Well, exactly. They might catch something.
Lacey, I've gotten into this weird crossroads, and I know this doesn't really apply to you, Zach, so I apologize. Where I want more tattoos, but I just don't know what I want.
Well, then just let me do fun things. Did you see the angry pineapple I did? It's fucking amazing.
I have not seen the angry pineapple.
Oh my god.
I saw it.
It's so fun.
That was pretty cool.
I honestly, I have been trying to spend less time on my phone. especially Instagram, because that thing is a fucking time suck.
But there's so many things to see.
Where's the angry pineapple?
Was that on your story?
No, I think I did post it. I did both.
Oh, okay.
Because I think I posted it. It's end of December, I think.
Oh yeah, there it is. That's pretty sick.
Right?
I'm sad I missed this. It's pretty awesome.
By
I do
the
want
way,
to do something similar. Like I want to get a pickle.
Oh my God, yes.
I want you to do
Tickle
a pickle
pickle me.
on my foot.
I'm so excited. Dibs.
Yeah, of course. So I think that's where I'm going now, is like where I want Ray to start on kind of like my right leg and my shin area, and I think that's going to be like the start of just what are some funny things that I want. It doesn't have to be one big piece like my arms are.
Yeah, it can be a collage.
Yeah, more of a collage. So we'll have to brainstorm some shit.
Fuck yeah. I'm so down.
By the way, Lacey, I just want to let you know, my wife said, tell her I can't wait to taste her asshole.
I hope she doesn't have a nut allergy.
Hey,
Not as far as I know.
Oh, God.
I'm so excited for April now.
Oh, it's going to be great.
You're going to be so busy working so much.
I got a hot tub, though. The rental I got. Oh, we're going to have a party every day.
Where in the city? Zach, did you get your passport? You want to come get a tattoo with Lacey in April?
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Do it.
You can do it. There's time. You can do it.
They've only been talking about you getting a passport for 2 years now. I mean.
I know. I don't know if I can afford Lacey.
I mean
that's some quality work.
But I'll give you the homie hookup.
The homie hookup.
Okay.
There you go.
Boom.
I like it.
Zach, get a jumbled podcast tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd be pretty sick.
That'd be amazing.
Ooh.
Right?
Hey, there's a little hamster wheel spinning.
You know,
now.
I like. So one thing that I might get because I don't want to get like the word jumbled on me. Like what I like is the background of our little icon is just a bunch of little, or the background of our picture.
Yeah, you designed that, right?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of little icons, and that would sort of be cool to maybe get like a band or something like that on my arm, or
yeah,
I don't know. I would sort of leave that up to the creative mind of Lacey to figure out what to do with that. But
butt cheek for sure.
Speaking from experience, that is the best way to go forward.
Yeah.
Here's my idea, and then let her run with it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you end up with 2 arms, like I did.
Mm-hmm.
I went from
Boom.
I only want like a half or 3/4 sleeve, and Lacey said, "Don't be a bitch."
Actually,
and 5 years later, I have 2 arms.
I recently tattooed a guy, like literally last week, and when we had our consultation, he has like almost a full sleeve, but he's missing the inner bicep, and he's like, so I want to fill this spot, but I don't know how high I want to go, like probably not too close to the armpit. And jokingly, I was like, well, I mean, if you're a pussy, we won't do it then, that's fine. And I say things like that so often that I forget. And then he decided to go all the way up into the armpit. And while I'm tattooing him and we're in there, he's like, holy fuck, this is so bad. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why you decided to go in the armpit, you fucking psycho.
I would say that it like got better the deeper you went. Like I don't know. I mean, I'm not all the way in my armpit either, which I don't know.
You were pretty close though. Like
go.
he probably went an inch higher than you.
Motherfucker, that's it. You're expanding. Can't have that.
But he said, he's like, the only reason I did is because you called me a pussy. I can't be a pussy. I have to do it now. And I'm like, men are so simple.
We are very simple.
We are. We're very sensitive. We don't like to be called out as being soft.
Don't like to be emasculated.
You know what? I'm okay with being a pussy, though. I'm good with it. I'm just a straight up puss.
We should do.
It's okay, my
we should
husband
do
is too.
healed shots too.
Oh yes, definitely. Because I have nothing of your arm we worked on last time.
No.
So yeah, we'll definitely do that for sure. Oh, it's exciting. And it's at the same place, so I can get pierogies.
Yeah, just don't get the shawarma.
Yeah, apparently.
I think that's what we've learned.
I literally last night we went out for a friend's birthday and we were at a bar, and not a questionable neighborhood, but not like a super nice neighborhood. And there was some hole in the wall shawarma place. I was like, fuck, I kind of want to get some shawarma. And Allie looked at me. She's like, how are you still willing to go to sketchy shawarma places, John? And like, I've eaten shawarma numerous times since I got norovirus. It doesn't bother me anymore. I won't go back to that same restaurant, which, by the way, the new number is now 1,300 people.
Wow.
1,300 people.
That's
infected.
how many people they infected.
Holy fuck.
Oh, fuck. Isn't that enough to just, like, get shut down?
You'd
like,
think.
I don't. I mean, I'm not part of those conversations, or I don't know the law of that. I would have imagined so. I'm sure they got some pretty steep penalties and are like under tight review. But there was an article that came out on CBC that was talking about Saskatchewan, specifically a different province, but how it's very, very rare for a restaurant to get shut down.
Huh.
For like those types of things. Like, you'd have to be really, really, really bad. And this was like literally just an unfortunate situation where someone forgot to wash their hands after they took a dumper, and
1,300 people though. Wow.
1,300 people got sick.
But props to you for even eating shawarma. Like, okay, so you guys are close to the same age. Do you remember those gummy hamburgers? They would make, like, it was layers.
Whoppers?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was at a hockey game.
I'm an American. Of course I know
Right?
them.
It's all Zach eats.
That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Lacey.
So
Come on.
I was a kid. I think I would have been. I was probably about 10 because I was in grade 5, or sorry, 5th grade. And,
It's the same
my
shit. Who cares?
dad is drunk, and not that I'm making this a sad story, but it pertains to it. So we're at my brother's hockey game, and he's like, "That's my boy," and I'm like, "Okay, this is boring. I want to go to the canteen." And he's like, "Here," and he gave me $40. $40.
That's big money.
$40 at the canteen
Yeah.
gets you a shit ton
And
of
those
stuff.
gummy
fucking
hamburgers were 10 cents a packet. So I gave them the $40, and I said, "Give me every single hamburger you have."
Realistically, you bought like
You cleaned
$10
And
worth
they kept
of
it, for
those,
sure.
and they kept it. They're like, fuck this girl.
And I remember I was stacking the little containers and making like a little pyramid out of them. I
Oh
still
my
remember the burn my asshole had after that. And I have never eaten those type of candies ever again. And that was when I was 10.
I think there's something wrong with me.
There is. You're psycho.
I did the chicken nugget challenge on New Year's, and
saw that.
I thought I wasn't going to be down to eat chicken nuggets for a while, and it lasted about a week and a half where I was like, you know what, I could go for some nugs right now. I could jam some nugs.
And how many was it in total?
Everyone was like 60 nuggets in an hour, and I did it in 45 minutes, 50 minutes.
I feel like I could.
You know what, Johnny? I think it's hilarious that you're like, I'm done with eating challenges, and then you just fucking do an eating challenge out of nowhere.
So I had multiple people at our New Year's party who listened to Jumbled, and I was inebriated and wanted to eat nuggets and was like, let's do the chicken nugget challenge. And multiple people were like, yo, you've publicly said that you were retired from eating challenges. You don't want to do this. And I was like, yeah, I do. Do you want to do it with me? And they're like, no, John. You even went as far as saying to remind you that you do not want to do this publicly. And I was like, yeah, but I got to do it, man. I just really need these fucking nuggets.
You're an addict, dude.
I should find a way.
I get addicted to weird things, but yes, I am an addict.
I should find a way to make my buttholes a challenge. I should make more different kinds.
The Lacey Butthole Challenge. Oh, dude.
Number 1 as Ita. Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Beautiful. Just
All right.
beautiful. Lacey,
This
thank
has
you
been-
for coming on.
Yeah.
I'm very happy I
Oh, my
came.
God.
I'm still a little butthurt
You know what?
about you ruining the surprise, John, but whatever, it's fine.
Oh, pun intended.
Yeah.
Lacey, every time you come on, there's a new standard that's set inside my brain.
I am both like incredibly proud and excited of this episode, but also a little bit ashamed. And I think
I'm not
I
ashamed.
think that's a great place to be.
I'm sort of speechless. But this has probably been my favorite episode so far. Easily.
Wow.
I mean, your face was pretty priceless.
I thought you were gonna
and
fall
I
out of
know
your
I
chair.
ruined the surprise, but I really enjoyed just getting to soak in Zach's reaction.
The full head
thank you.
kickback, totally worth it.
Oh, dude. I'm so glad this chair reclines. Otherwise, I would have just fallen out of my chair. Oh, God.
And we would have seen
All right.
your own butthole.
Yeah.
Zach never wears pants when he's doing the podcast, if you didn't know that.
No, yeah, I'm porky pigging it all the time. So. I've actually been making an asshole imprint this entire time.
So do you spread your cheeks before you sit, or do you just have no ass
You know
at
what?
all?
I'm just freestyling it, so we'll see how it comes out. It might not be great, but
Is your chair
It is what
leather
it
or
is.
fabric?
I didn't know the methods before. I was just trying it out, and it subsequently just happened to be you sending me asshole chocolates,
It's
and
butthole season.
it just the universe works like that sometimes. It's weird. All right. Well, you know the drill, Lacey. We're going to wrap it up here. Thanks again for coming on. We really appreciate it. And you're welcome back, obviously. We've said it before. I'll say it again. Anytime that you have any free time.
I have to do more than 4 now. So
These episodes sort of just make themselves, honestly. You got so much,
Just roll with
so
it.
many stories, and just you're just like a well of just, I don't know, humor and stories and all that stuff. So, yeah, I love it. But hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thanks for coming back. If you would so kindly, please head over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating and review. We would really appreciate it. If you want to check us out on all our social medias, that would be at Jumbled Podcast. Send emails to jumbledpodcast@gmail.com or johnny.jumbled@gmail.com. We've got another week since we didn't record with Joe this week, obviously. So you still got time to get those emails in, because none of you assholes email us.
we'll send one right
So
now.
just reminding you that you guys need to do your part as well. And if you would so kindly also check out our sponsor. That's Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled. You get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. Also, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/jumbled. Give us $500 and get us an address.
Or give us some money and maybe get some Lacey butthole chocolates.
There might be a
figure it
new
out.
tier soon. I don't know. We'll have to talk about it. But
We're prostituting Lacey out now. Perfect.
As long as I get a cut like a proper whore, then it's fine.
Like a proper whore.
Not too much though. You don't
That
want to
is-
spoil me.
That is the
Right.
most, that is the perfect description of you, Lacey. That is the perfect description of that Christmas gift. So proper, but still
Lacey.
a little whore.
Lacey, would you be offended if I named this episode a proper
Oh
whore?
no, that's amazing.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. That's what it's going to be then. I've already decided. All right. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of Jumbled, your favorite podcast.
About chocolate starfish and maybe next week hot dog flavored water.
Fuck, man. All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye.